Okay, just before we do the photo etch, I started looking at references because I've decided, well, actually I've decided since I bought the kit that I will be doing the Soviet one with all the slogans on it. That guy there, the box art one. And I found pictures of the actual vehicle, and one thing I was doubting was some of the call-outs and instructions for this tripod for the 30 caliber machine gun. Well, it shows it on the photograph. And then the other one, and I'm still not too sure about this, is this radio antenna pot here with the SRC type aerial, which obviously would be totally incompatible with the Soviet Army radio systems. In fact, many of their tanks had no radios whatsoever. So I'm leaving that as it is for now. Maybe the pot was on, maybe the antenna base, maybe they just came in like that, not too sure. We have got the lights on. The contact points are so small, but they do go firm once it's set, and we can actually reinforce the joints with some super glue later on. The instructions at a very early stage call out putting on these like grab handles and door handles and bits and pieces. These things will go on the very last, or else they ain't gonna last. You know, they're very fine, and you know, breathe on them and you'll probably snap on them. So those guys don't go on. Okay, let's have a look at the photo etch. Oh yeah, also I just explained as well, this back grille as well, we're going to leave that off and we're going to paint that separately. I'll explain why during the painting of the coming video. So we've got these two light guards. Let me just show you the instructions, and what it shows you is 2 and 3, they're mirrored anyway, so don't worry about that. But take note basically of the way that the feet of the brackets are bent. And also they've got this part D24. D24 is the forming jig for the photo etch. But let's kick this off. Okay, the first, what we want to do, even before we start bending anything, is take out the photo etch. And what we're going to do is anneal these parts with just a lighter, just to get them softer, just to help us out a little bit. Once they go red, cherry red, you know, they'll start to deform a little bit. You can see actually the whole sprue is deformed. So these are bent. Let that cool down a little bit. So we're going to use the jig to form the bend, but also we need to do little tiny little bends for the feet of this light guard, brush guard. So let's just see. Yeah, okay, that's cool enough. So let's start off by, I do like using photo etch. Let's get this out of the way, don't need that for now. I do like using photo etch shears, but they are thousands of miles away in Singapore, in Indonesia, so I won't have them for a while. Let's just cut out one, just do one to show you how this is done. Just pushing the blade against the contact point, and that's it. When she pops out, don't need to clean this one up because we have got little micro burrs, but they are not going to be a problem. Now the thing is, if I can get this in focus, it's really, see the little tiny little indents, that is the direction of fold. You fold in that direction. So we're going to do it with our fingers really, and make the bends just using our normal right angle tweezers. So we'll hold it on the bend line Get that in again. Come on, come on. See if that goes in. Right. And then we just push that up. Like so. You see that? And then repeat and repeat and repeat. So if we know which way the feet are going, we'll just double check the instructions. Move it round as is required. Check the line, make sure that your flat edge is aligned with the bend lines. And there's a little tricky little one there. That's good. Yep. Okay. One more bend to do. Just trying to get that just right. There she goes. So there we are, there's the 4 bends completed. Come on, get in focus. Sorry about this, guys. Let me just see if that'll help. Yeah, that's better. There you can see it just about. Right, okay, now what we need to do is make that nice round bend. And so we use the jig, and the only thing here to do is first of all, is to make sure, just check one thing, check that the feet go out or in on the instructions. Let's just have a look at that. They go in, so we're going to bend the feet in. This is not exactly the best jig. In fact, it's absolutely terrible because it's got this sort of step on it. If it was just like a round thing, it would be a lot easier to use. As it is, it's pretty bloody awful because I'm trying to balance it and I'm really having trouble trying to do that. So I think we're going to start now. Okay, let's adjust this. Okay, that's done. There it is. And just check on the dry fit. I'll show you how to supervise in a second. I just want to check that all feet contact downwards. Let's just check that out. Okay, so I need a little bit of adjustment on that back leg, just to bring it out a little bit. Okay, admittedly, not perfect, not great really. If I widen it out a bit, I can take just a little bit of adjustments. Because you want the light to be central to the brush guard, so I'm going to have a little play around with that Maybe I won't get it exactly right, but I'm only human. So we'll come back to you in a minute with that. Okay, so I've got one of them on. What I've done, I've just put my super glue here, and there's like a blob of it. Don't need any applicators or anything, I just simply sort of push the legs, the feet part into the super glue, so there's a bit on the bottom, and then get it in position, and the job is done. As simple as that. Not the greatest, believe me, but they're on. Okay, so now all we need to do is very few things. Okay, first of all, I'm going to do the turret, and I just point out something straight away. There is like a little bit of texture, well, there's texture all over the turret, but then there's also these mold lines as well. So we just need to scrape these off, and instead of using sandpaper or anything that could basically just remove all this nice detailing, just use the tip of your scalpel and just rub it along the line that you can remove, and that will do the trick. That is all that's needed. Awesome detail on this, really good. Other thing that we're going to do is, we've already got this part assembled, it's got a working thing here. I've checked the metal barrel and it does fit straight away, so we don't need to drill out this. So I'll get on with these last few pieces. What else is there to mention? Okay, yes, you saw me struggling with the tracks. I've got a bit of a casualty with one of the idlers, but it's not going to be much of a problem, as you'll see later on. But these tracks are basically formed up now, and they were pretty difficult to do actually, probably the most difficult part of the build. But let's just come back and finish off the final parts. Okay, last bits and pieces. This is the machine gun barrel, and the end isn't drilled out, so we'll just quickly do that. If we can find our pin vise, there it is. I'm just going to show you how to do this. I find it's better to rotate the piece around the drill bit just a few times, establish the center, keep doing it. Don't need to drill very deep. Don't need to hollow this out. Just need to create the suggestion of a hole in the end. Simple as that. Right, okay, that can go inside here. Let me show you this as well. This is the Commander's cupola machine gun mount, and you can see I've got little bits and pieces on there because I've done the usual trick of using the sprue points to attach it, so I'm going to clip them off. So be careful, of course, you don't clip off the point. Let's put that machine gun barrel in. This one doesn't elevate or anything, it's just solid. And there she is. So I've got my ready for action pose. I have fitted the 37mm into here. This, also I've done asymmetric again with the hatches. One's open, one's closed. How's this guy go on? He sort of snaps on like so, and turns around. This can elevate up and down. And then Actually, I'll just compare that. Here's the plastic barrel, which isn't bad. Nothing wrong with it, but we've got the trick alley ones. So here we are. Place this on like so. Now I need to be very careful when handling this now, because I've started to put on the grab handles and bits and pieces. So there's an M3 Lee. Just one final segment just to close off on, and I'll just explain a few more little things we're going to do.